Love crew, aka, actually, let me rephrase that. Welcome back, my divine panel. Angels of love and light, to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. And hello there. Hello there to my most ethical light and love crew, aka my cream crew. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm getting itchy. It's the it's getting better. It's getting better. But coldness actually does help. But anyway, these little cushions are not really working for it to stand up straight. Fill in the gaps. I'll fix you. Don't you worry. It's okay. All right. I didn't think I was going to get back on here for a while. Just because, I mean, it's been a while, hasn't it? Hasn't it been like almost a week? Seriously, I think it's kind of been that long. But I thought I was supposed to do some dancey dance time before I actually got on here. And, well, you know, there's just some things that had happened. And rather than get discouraged, like, if I go through anything like what I feel is super difficult, or on the other end of the spectrum, like that there's a shareable circumstance, then I'm gonna share it. But this is mainly for my takeaway. So I shall claim this reading in full. Triple threat and timber time. I thought I was gonna get the tower card just by like the words that I used. Let me go ahead and put on some lipstick. It looks weird here. Did that help? No. Did that help? I think it's just the hold on, light. Okay, now I can kind of see. I'm gonna use the dark lipstick. Dark side lipstick. Let me see here. Okay. Actually, I have a mirror right in front of here. Hold on. Just like, it's hard for me to see what's going on when I'm looking at the. Should I look at the mirror? I don't know what I should look at. It's kind of hard to see. The lighting is off. It's okay. Put it up higher. Maybe that'll work. Then you'll get the shine of my forehead. It's okay. Let's stop being picky here. Yeah. So once I decided to get something going, I just like, there's so many excuses in life, aren't there? And so rather than giving you the backstory of it, the decision that I like premeditated in my head actually happened for me when I got an email. It's like, fuck, now things are gonna get more difficult. Just when I was trying to warm myself up to start in this different avenue, I'm like, fuck, another thing that I have to like deal with, but it's something that I would have to deal with anyway. So why not just cross that bridge? Remember, all of these things are happening for me, and the divine has told me time and time again that this is meant to cause no harm, but kind of urge you into kind of person that you need to be in order to get to this part that you're very deserving of. Just because the world operates in this manner and it's not meant to make you suffer, Tina. It's just more about like, it's just that learning curve. And like, I don't have to live anybody else's story, though there's a lot of shared energy out there. So I'm just gonna see where this thing goes. I need to pep myself up. And meanwhile, I'm also asking what other energies are like, when I get into that life of networking and socializing and, you know, that whole thing that goes along with popularity and fame, or just a lot of clients, big names, etc. I have to, like, in my head, like, I romanticize, like, oh, I want to hang out, I want to do these things, you know, and part of me is also just like, I just want to keep it real. I want to be able to just do my job well, and then, you know, we preserve each other's, like, privacy, and we go off on our own ways, etc. That's fine, okay? So this period, and when I, any person that I interact with, it's kind of the same thing, where on a more local scale, that's what I'm called to do. If I have any inquiry with the energetics of these people, if I need validation points, I just go to my sources, you know, and Archangel Michael has always, like, told me straight up, like, straight up for sure, on the energetics. So, and I know it, whatever he says is true, like, absolutely dead on accurate, like the most psychic of them all. That's funny. And truth telling. And so I like, why would I want to combat that? You know, I'm looking for answers, but not just like any old answer. I'm looking for the most accurate, right one. Plus what I need to hear, like how I need to hear it. And so I think he has a great way of conveying that, like the way I need to hear it. There are other angles of truth in which I need to hear it from the rest of the panel, but for right now, I'm just told to be very discerning. And so this isn't like your cookie cutter version of like, oh, you're supposed to do this, or you're supposed to do that in life, you're supposed to enjoy it, you're supposed to like get this thing going. It's not so rigid. Like, I'm supposed to live it how I'm supposed to live it, how I'm supposed to, like, how I'm called to do it. And okay, let's get on track over here. Just because I was motioned to start Hekate was, how do you like better, Hekate or Hekate? Because I think I'm told that both are correct. Let me see. Hekate or Hekate? Hekate. I think she likes Hekate better. All right, Hekate. She motioned me to start something, this thing that I'm really fucking good at, as a primary, and then the other thing that I'm also very good at is a secondary, to work on those, to motion into those things, regardless if I have a what do you call it, middleman in order to help me carry those things out. Like, if the divine wants me to start from scratch and be the complete organizer of everything, then maybe this is like a really large project in which, you know, it can't be done overnight. It's not meant to. Maybe it's eventually supposed to get there, upon, you know, constantly reaching out there and just learning the ropes, basically, self-learning. So I don't think I have any problem with that. There's this uncertainty of exactly how to go about things. So as if that weren't already enough, I have to deal with all this other legal stuff. But I trust that there's divine timing. Like the very, very best is in store for me. I just gotta go with it, okay? And I already like shed some tears about it. Like, fuck, I have more shit to do. Like, difficult stuff. And even to slap a navel, yeah, I'm already enabling myself. Slapping a label on that shiz, it's not a good thing for me. It's not healthy. So, triple threat and timber time. On the right side, I have the King of Cups. Someone highly intuitive, psychic. You know what I'm hearing? A classy man. But this is the Crone of Water, which is, again, for looking at energetics, I feel like Hekate is a big role in this play out. So she's like, you know, sometimes things are kind of like, you know, transformer energy, paired up, and situations are paired up in your life to make you stronger, and one's supposed to help the other system out. It's like the buddy system of situational energetics. And what the frick? And so I feel like that's what's happening here. I feel like that's my doing side. That's the way I'm supposed to be. That's how I'm supposed to do. On my left side, on my recipient side, I have like, you're reading yourself. Stop reading yourself. Stop reading yourself. Except you can read yourself. 10 of Swords here is a matter of like, you're killing it. You're killing it, Tina. Yeah, over and over again, when you read yourself, you're killing it. You're killing it. So this is very good. Oh, you know how I know I'm supposed to go on here? Because I asked for a card on it, and look what I got. It's Beltane, if I pronounce that correctly. It is the Lover's card. And so it would be is self-actualization, and that's how I know I can read these cards accordingly. The affiliations to this, because it came also naturally. And 10 of Swords as the killer. You're the assassin, Tina, of this realm. Let me have my coffee. Ugh. I've been doing a lot of like unexpected type of things today. Met up for some kind of breakfast tea time, and that was good. Catching up, and that's like, I haven't met this person in like a long time. And then I don't know, I have to write these things like about where my day goes, but there's progress. And I don't know why. I felt very defeated at a certain point when I got home. I felt very defeated, and I don't remember exactly why. I think it was that email that came through. I'm like, fuck. But I know it's for the best. Okay. Let's get this. Okay. So, what do you want to tell me? My divine panel, headed by Hekate, and Archangel Michael, co-piloting on this one as the spokespeople for the rest of my divine panel. What do you want to say with regards to my path? Oh gosh. You know, I've been getting around to exercising. And I still eat my ice cream and stuff, but like, I'm not that bad for I think it's just my my posture. Posture, extra skin. I'm better. I'm better now. I'm so confident. Oh shit, that's gonna bring it down. Whoops. Never mind. Okay. But yeah, these are getting better, but like, I don't even know if you could see like how nasty it got. Where are you? It's in the shadows. What? My chin. Where are you? There. Can't. Give me the light. Give me the light. I don't know. You can't really see it. Maybe you can see this side. It's not as bad. It's getting better. Scheiße. Looks like fangs. Do you see that? Anyway, I'm glad they're getting better. Alright, what do you want to tell me, my divine panel? Ace of Swords in reverse or Ace of Air in the reverse. So, there's some things that need to be pinned down, and it's okay to get your rest. At any time of the day, even if you're out and about and committed to something else, you still have like your hour lunch break. You still have like certain, like even your 10 or 15-minute break. You can get some shut-eye in a little bit, okay? It's gonna be okay. But you know, there are certain downloads that are happening in your sleep, Tina. Okay, there's some things that need to be pinned down, and this is in fact very close to the Two of Swords energetics. Two of like, it's kind of a private data downloads. So my friend was encouraging me to like go out there and get them. If you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. And these are not like, I don't think that this person meant to ride on the boat of like cliches. I don't think that's where they were coming from. I don't think that's what their intention was, to like, you know, kind of like smooth over the surface. I don't think that's what it was. I think there's just a lot of belief in there. And I was encouraged to explore any stopping points and delve into that. And it doesn't have to be like this strenuous, like rigorous type of program where I'm supposed to like, you know, hack away at it. It's more of like canceling, you know, like, what is it, cancel culture on that bullshit. That's what I'm supposed to do, because that's the truth of the matter when you boil it down to it. It's just basically, if you really like what you're doing, like if you're intuitively guided to making shiz like this, if you like, not just only like it, but you know you're guided to do these things, or do the cards, and you know you're good at it, but you know it's not the traditional thing to do, who gives what anybody else says about it? You know, I didn't get as good as I am because I believed in what other people had to say. You know what I mean? So like, why would I go with that, like when I'm on the last, you know, 10 yards of the run? You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking crazy. Don't do that. So there are some things to pin down. Yeah, because I told them about that shop owner thing, where they did pop-ups locally, like once, they tried to do it once a month, and how that person tried to fuck me over energetically and kind of ghosted me. Should I say anything else about that? Because that got me that got me livid is the word. That a person of that position, I'm not even going to say stature, because what she did was fucked up. It's very, very much disrespectful. Not just in my own space, but what that means for what she's done in her community. And I don't know if, like, the closest word that's coming up to my head is despicable. It's very lowly, and she's not a mentor. She could be a leading part of a coven, but it is a very destructive one at that, self-destructive, if you look at the core energy. So, like, pay no attention, I don't need that. It's very disappointing, I would have to say. It's very disappointing with how many people she's taking advantage of. Not just the vendors that choose to work with her, because I don't know what their situations are. How many people she's fooled. But also the younglings, and darkening and hardening their energies. Taking advantage of them as well, energetically. It's not just the personal offenses that she made to me. Is there anything else you want me to say, my divine panel, on that? Hekate, excuse me. Is there anything else you want me to say with regards to that? Justice will be served. In fact, you know what this implies? It's an injustice. What she's doing is a fucking injustice. She even has an altar devoted to Hekate, but it's all in the means of self-interest. It's all in vanity, and Hekate can definitely see that. She's no stranger to that bullshit. But again, Hekate is very resourceful, so you know, that's all I'm gonna say with that. Hekate, should I expose who this person is? Like, I don't even remember their name. I just remember their shop name. So should I expose that right now? Nine of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups. Yeah, I should. Nine of Cups is kind of like, because Nine of Cups in reversal could go either way. Nine of Cups is abundant in general, whether it's an upright or in reversal. Happiness, satiated versus insatiated, unhappy. So this is kind of like, you know, that altar is bullshit, okay? The intentions behind it are bullshit. And Hekate knows that. Like, what do you call it? So this is kind of like turning, you know, like any cups or any kind of offerings that are provided, like they are, you know, like in I forget what video this is in, but like in gangster rap videos where they're playing like cards or dice, or not dice because you don't need a board, but like dominoes or something like that, or cards, they just like throw up the board, like they just knock it down. That's basically what's happening here. So she's like knocking it, like, not only is Hekate unhappy about this, like that there was like a literal, what do you call it, psychic attack, like compounds of it in group level, and very much personalized. It was very greedy, very disgusting energy, very like high and mighty, you know. energy. And so that's knocking over the offerings. And I know that this is like, Hekate is like full out war, like Athena, with the torch, the sword, and Five of Cups is saying goodbye to something. Like, you see, there's lightning right behind her. So yeah, this is like built out of the 9 to 5. Yep. Definitely. So that local place is called the Dragon and the Rose, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in Anaheim or Santa Ana, something like that. But I've talked about it before, and I've been there. That third time was going to be the absolute last time. The workers in there, every time I've gone there, they've been sneaking and trying to, you know, linger around me. Like, the shop is like completely open, and when I'm there, they deliberately walk like really, really close to me, and they deliberately try to walk behind me and trying to tap into my energy and trying to read me. And anyone that has good or decent intentions is not going to do that shit to you. That is straight up disrespect. It's like basically, let's say you go to a punk show, and whether or not you're wearing a skirt, just because you're a girl and you're in a crowd, somebody just tries to feel you up. It's kind of like that, but it's worse actually, because it's like, it's not even, just because I go to an occultist place doesn't mean that I should expect to be disrespected. You know what I mean? So but like, these are the people that like they look like they would babysit your cats or dogs, or like 3 to 5 year olds. You know what I mean? Like, they're Midwestern white kids, or they don't now have to all have to be white, but you know what I mean? Like, they have this aesthetic to them where they appear to be, you know, introverted and a non-threat, but you know, if they have a lead, if they have someone in a leadership role, and they don't, like, these kids don't know any better, because this is like, I don't know, somebody's got their face up on a newspaper, some publication or whatever, I don't know, years ago, that, you know, like, when certain people are glorified or put in a position that's supposedly like charmed with power, you know, some kids just don't know the difference. And so every single person that has worked at that shop has, every time that I have gone, has creeped into my energy and tried to read it, not just in person visually, but also in the security cameras. I know this for a fact because of when stepping out for the second time I've ever been there. The person, like, I guess in the back, called the person in the front, like, did you see it? You know, they were talking about me. I know they were. And just because, like, dude, it's so freaking weird there. But yeah, so it's a Dragon and the Rose. That is one of the local metaphysical occultist type of shops. They do pop-ups. They try to do it once a month, but I guess the owner has hit some hard times in their personal life because of, I guess it's just a karmic comeback of some of the bullshit that she's already dealt out into this world. But now that I have spoken it out and it's come from my mouth, and I know that my words hold a great deal of power, you know, whatever it may be, so mote it be, you know. So let's look at that and say, so mote it be, and then we're just gonna put it right side up, okay? So just as it serves, there is happiness, and we've done our proper goodbyes. Let's do that, okay? Consider it done, yeah? All right, Hekate, is there anything else that you want to say with regards to that? The Two of Pentacles. Oh, there's balance. I have balanced things out. Thank you, Hekate, for verifying, validating. But, yeah, so, like, I just didn't understand because I was going to her for, like, help and support. I was going to go to her, for doing the pop-up and what I do right now. It was putting out my feelers out there. And I know that she's well-versed enough to be able to read into that intent. That this is like my first time like really putting my feelers out there. And that she would take advantage of that. Not only would she charge a flat fee, but also a cut, a percentage of what you would make. She tried to keep me there as long as possible. Had one of her workers do a psychic attack on me while I was trying to get information like, oh, are you still open, like what are your requirements, etc., while I was talking to her, and then making believe that I don't know what happened, like I just sent you that email. I was, actually going through things with her, and I said, I sent you an email. I wasn't sure if you received it. I tried looking, your business card shows your Instagram account, but there's something like off about it. I don't know what it was. It was like a duplicate of her name or whatever, so I had to resend it. And she received it, but then she couldn't send me the material because supposedly the internet was down for some reason. It never does that, and so just trying to keep me there, but like also trying to like gaslight that I'm not welcome there, something like that. It was so weird, like joking around that she might have to kick me out of her store, and that she will have to kick me out of her store if I stay later, even though I said like, oh, no pressure, I'll get it when I get it, you're closing anyway, so I should head out. And she said something like, yeah, because if you stay later than closing, then I'm just gonna have to kick you out, and like when people talk to you but they're like, they won't make eye contact with you, they're just like kind of like that, and I just, so when I told a couple of people about this, they're like, you don't need that energy. You're not desperate to get out there and put you are not meant to deal with those energetics. You have the red flags up. They've already waved them, basically streaked them. And so when I had left, I was getting strong psychic attacks, and I was like, where is this coming from? I was so confused because I was buying something, not just like coming, at her requesting certain things. I was supporting a local fucking business that was hers, and still I was getting psychic attacks. And when I asked who it was, I saw her, and she was smiling, like almost like entitled and like up on her high and mighty horse or whatever, like so greedy. And then that's when I could pinpoint how I felt. And I don't use the word livid often, but this was particularly it. Cumulatively speaking, she is a disgrace to the practice. And so I threw it back at her, very like on the dot, on the fucking nose. I did it exact, straight back to her, with no remorse. I threw it right back at her, and it stopped. And that's how I knew, because I drew in cards also after the fact. They like, I fully guided. I asked for my guides, like, support before I got in there. Like, Tina, be your usual, like, happy-go-lucky self. You're not, like, trying to drive in hooks. You're not trying to do any, like, just be your, you know, happy-go-lucky self. But I think when I had come in there, I think I was wearing a very colorful, flowery type of dress. I had my hair up, and it was kind of like B-52's feel energy. And I think it triggered her, because she's no longer like a young gun anymore. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, because like I felt it. Like, I wasn't wearing anything provocative, but like the happiness that came out of how I presented myself can be very triggering for people who, I think she just came out of surgery like a week before or something like that. And just, you know, some people just get really like in tough spots and very jealous. And so like, I think even though I was guided to present myself in such a manner that became unsuccessful in its end, in the intended means, I know that's the way I was supposed to go. Like, just because people are going to be how they're going to be doesn't mean that in my knowing I should present myself otherwise. Like, it's better for you to see the truth, Tina. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Okay, I can live with that. That's good. And so when I had pulled cards after, I'm like, what the fuck went wrong? Like, what happened? Like, I wasn't mad at, like, my guides or anything. I was just like, what happened? Like, that was really strange energy. I gave her the benefit of the doubt in conversating. But then that last part where she said, like, everything was, like, on the verge of, like hater energy. But then that final thing where she toyed around about kicking me out when we weren't even, like, past the time, and it was, I don't know, I don't understand people sometimes. So the cards told me that you know, you burnt your bridge, right? and a good thing at that. You don't want to keep bridges with those kind of people. Like, sending that energy back like you did, this person is never going to send you that information. She's never going to, even though she was in the wrong, she was in the ultimate wrong, and she's getting what she deserves, and she knows that. She's not going, she has too much pride in her to come back to you and send you the information. It's been months now, like at least a couple of months. She how do I say this? It's been at least a couple of months. Okay. But if this person ever gets back to you and wants to work with you, which, you know, as long as you're continuing your practice and keep on going, even if you have a time lapse, Tina, like, she knows how fucking powerful you are. That's why she, like, came at you like she did. Because you did nothing to deserve any of that. So, just because her pride level is way up her fucking ass, she's not going to come to you. Like, she wants to work with you for sure, but she's not going to come to you until, like, she really, 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 really needs something, and you're all the way up there, like, and so I was like, I'm fine with that. I don't need that energy around me. So yeah, it's been a few months, and like, no response whatsoever. She did confirm while I was there that she received my information, my requests, like, oh, did you have any material on this? When's your next one? Like, it was very simple, cut and dry. That's it. I wasn't even bargaining with her. I wasn't even that annoyance. I wasn't like, oh, please, please, please. I wasn't any of that fucking shit. So, anyway, the dragon and the rose. Yep. And so it is creating balance. Timber. Oh, God, it's the Emperor. Yep. I'm in boss mode now. Okay, what's underneath that? Oh my gosh. Underneath I see is oh, it's the circle, aka the Hanged Man. Upright. See? I've called in my energetics, my team, my panel, that are very objective to the situation. They have also their own smarts and their own understandings, but we all have like a core heart, and so they're all examining what has happened, and they're just like, consider it done, Tina. Like, you have, dude, I have a lot to say, and I don't even have to say so much. Things will gain traction, and it is heard like real time. So that's amazing. Triple threat and timber time. So I didn't know what to expect out of this, but this is about, you know, the prefix to this was self-actualization, which means not only self-love, but also wonderful, like excellent, tip of the top, phenomenal bonds, and very well celebrated. And my bonds are very well celebrated. So like within that cream crop, there's no like jealousy between energetic bonds. They know like everything is legit, just as I am to a singular person, legit as I am to like each person that is legit. Like it, everybody has their own angle, and there's no jealousy in my interactions. Everyone's self-actualized and confident in what they present, and are genuine, unique bond unfoldment and unenfoldment is correct. So this is really awesome. All right, anything else you want to say? Hekate. Oh, Hekate. Okay. Yep, 10 of Wands in reverse. It's like all for one and one for all. You see constellation here. This is also releasing the burdens of he said, she said, and who's connected to who. You know, I say birds of a feather flock together. I think in my network, there are certain exceptions because of the nature of what I do. So, yeah. So, nobody has to get like all anxious and like weirded out, you know, that I work with certain energies, or certain names that they personally don't agree with, or, as of yet, or, you know, it's, everything is legit there. Excuse me. All right. The fire card, yeah, in reverse. Okay, so Ace of Wands in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 9 planets or orbs surrounding, like attached to this other orb. So this would be the 10th major orb, which it's kind of like the solar energy here. It's like the embryonic energy where it takes a village in order to create that 10th pentacle. So 9 of pentacles, they're good on their own. So this is, I think, how I'm perceived in like the echelon energy, where there's energy, each energy stands alone in their own right. There's validity. There's a sense of independence even in the singular form. But 9 as like this kind of solar system kind of grouping, they have the option to stay as their own, or like they can go all in and contribute to this 10th pentacle, which, like, dude, that's legendary. That's that magnifies everyone's wealth. And this is something to show. This is a stronger energetic here in this, you know, full-on investment. So it's kind of interesting. Like when you look at planets or cosmic energies and you personify them, it's kind of like the uncle, the aunt, the great great-great-grandpa that, you know, it's like, oh, look, you know, I invested in that too. And I taught her how to do this. I taught her how to do that. You know, I showed her this and then helped her navigate through that. Everybody has their own contributions that they're personally good at, as well as like what they're known to be good at, as well as like in connection to this energetic. Sometimes it's like you don't know what you're good at until you link up with another energetic. That kind of is a missing puzzle piece to help amplify and kind of facilitate the information. Like, you can be like the greatest fucking teacher of all, but if you don't have a student that's wanting to learn or willing to learn, like, how much of it is going to stick? So this is kind of like the missing kind of link in which everyone finds their contribution to be very much magnetized to this particular big project plan of spirit. So I got that. Yay! I didn't really know what the salamander means for the energy totem, but we'll see. What else do you want to say? My divine panel. There's a lot going on. I think there's just been a lot of hesitation in finishing up this like video. Like, I just get little like tastes of it, like I visit it to add some more to it. I don't want to go hard on it because, like, I don't think it's time to go hard into things, into this particular thing, and getting like, I think there's a timing to it. I don't know, but yeah. When I last scribed the timestamp, the last timestamp, I was like, oh fuck, that means there's a lot of things to get going, because after this, I think there's like 3 or 4 more videos before it hits into the next quarter. And I saw that last video and I was like, oh, things are gonna move like so quickly. I'm gonna have to like speed, like there's no time for bullshit. So even though like I romanticize like, oh, we're gonna hang out, this and that, when you elevate that to big names, like, I don't know if that's correct, you know? I don't know exactly what it is. So all the more reason to be present in the now, because I don't know what the future will hold. I just know that I'm due to be very successful, and I'm not supposed to give in to the fears of whether or not I'll be able to succeed. Like, I'm built for success. So I don't think even I could screw that up. I don't think I could. I don't think I have the abilities to miss the target even if I wanted to. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because there's no inkling of me that would want to give up any part of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, if I was offered a, like, straight up desk job, and they had, like, a particular waiver, that was absolutely exclusive, that I couldn't even do my personal creative work, but they paid, like, I don't know, 12 times, as much as the highest rate that I've ever been paid, to date. I don't know if I could sell out to that. I don't love money that much where, like, it's surprising, like, oh my god, a new discovery. No, it's the same shit, same day. You know what I mean? Like, same shit, different day. Like, same amount of numbers, same, like, there's nothing creative about that. There's nothing, that tells me that if that was ever offered at that rate, like, of 12 times as much, you know, and I would have to give up my personal creativity, how much, like, I'm really worth, because if they're offering that, then it must be a fraction of what I'm truly worth. And that's not, like, the idea of the gamble on it. It's just, I don't think I would, I know I would not be happy. So anyway, I feel like I'm just talking now. Okay. Hekate, what do you want to say with regards to that? High Priestess in reverse and the Queen of Wands upright. No, they said that she's correct on that. Like, she's validating that. That I can, not only, like, I can do anything that I want and need to do. This is, a very deep-rooted witch. This is a witch. And this is like a divine priestess witch. It's an inner knowing, inner being. It's disguised as just a regular witch. But there's something deeper, more primordial than that. Like, I'm, you know, this is, Hekate, like, passing me the ball, almost. You know, it's kind of like under the table. Okay. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. It's weird because I scribed the things that were kind of out of box that I needed to do today, or I felt called to do, even after, especially after checking with Hekate and Archangel Michael. And there were some things that happened this morning which kind of threw off those plans. It didn't completely eliminate it, but I would be running around with my head cut off trying to accomplish what I had intended to. So I know that there's some like fishy fuckaroony energies around, but you know, it's all the more reason for me to work more flexible, like be more flexible and creative and open-minded, and also personally forgiving. Like, it gives me that extra layer of forgiveness, protection, in being so self-critical. Like, you know what? Something came up, you know? Just go with it. And you can tweak things here and there. And the more that I do that, the better that I'll get, you know, at future state. But I thought it was worth mentioning because I particularly scribed it here, and I felt like somebody was watching over my shoulder or snooping around in my location, trying to read into what my intentions were doing for the next, you know, for the day, because this partial lunar eclipse is here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse and Three of Swords in reverse. Oh no, it's King of Pentacles in reverse. You know, what's that? Clarifier. Okay, Omens. It's the Tower card in reverse. I feel like there's a boss energy that has gone through a tower moment. And in that tower moment, simultaneously, like, it struck him, like, you know, there was some kind of heartbreak in it. Like, surrounded by, like, fucking, like, craziness. Yeah. It's like they're also intuitive. They go to download, and then that's what came of it, the tower moment. But now it's cleanup time. 7 of Wands in reverse. So they're not, like, in the best position, except for doing whatever they can to show up for fixing things. Why are they telling me this? What the heck? The Sun card. Because that's my boo. I don't know. It's somebody that... You see? You see? Okay. This is what I saw. You see? It's like... there's a divine, like, crystal or whatever. Threw it up in the air. You see? And then, ta-da! It's the tower moment. Omens. That's what it's called. Okay. And then this is the clarifier. It's the 7 of Wands in reverse. It's showing up like your best of, because that's it's not all you got. It's you have, like, you're forced into doing your best, okay, to show up for whatever's happening here. It's kind of autocorrect with more accuracy, but it's also humbling, because the only thing you can showcase is the best that you can do, which should be enough already. All right, so maybe that's something to take for me. Triple threat and timber time. Yeah, that is really like the you know, tower card, timber, you know, clean up, energetic. Okay, bottom of the deck is 7 of Cups in reverse. Chosen way to go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know, like in my head, there's these things like where it's funny because like there are coaches out there on like even social forums that like, okay, you have a plan, you're doing this is what you offer, what a service, a product, or whatever, this is how you go about it, etc. This is a recommended game plan. And it's weird because like in my head at starting level, like I know I'm really good at what I do. So even as I choose it, just because in practice I'm also getting better, doesn't mean that it's really doing anything more than word of mouth and underground exposure, which is still excellent, but it's like I gotta be making money for this, you know. There's gotta be like I heard through the grapevine that people are assessing my work and they're like, you know, she should be making a lot more than this. She should. I know my value is far greater than what has thus been received. So I'm not going to be ungrateful for all of the things that are hidden in what life offers me, because it's more than what's provided on paychecks or donations or anything of that sort. But there's something in my head where it's past experiences that I need to cancel out, call cancel culture on. Like that's why I don't know if I'm gonna go to my high school reunion. The friend that I had, what I considered was my best friend, what I understood was best friend at the time, when I had met her later in life, I'm like, oh yeah, I really like making these, you know, bracelet things. I'm really, you know, good at making things. I haven't even posted all of the things, or, you know, even half of the things that I've done that are worthy, even on like my project's done on my first week of trying out like wire wrapping or anything like that. There are things that I have never seen out there, but now like it's some of the things that I've made are now out there. And even still like the and like, oh, and so when I go back to like these social media type of coaches on boosting businesses, etc., it kind of falls flat in my arena, like with what I do in my service and or product. And so like when I look at the macrocosmic, you know, um, uh, observations along with my personal local observations, like so this friend, her response was like, that's it, you know. And she wasn't the only one. I mean, the other person was kind of just very insignificant. Just some, what do you call them? You call them fuckboys. That's what it is. Even though like I wasn't ever involved in this particular person, that was his energy. Like, that's it? That's all that you're doing? You know, that kind of thing. So I think that used to really bother me. Like the things that I'm really, really good at, nobody's ever seen before. Because half of it I haven't even shared. And so, at least when it comes to the tangibles. But, you know, there's still a lot of, you know, ways I can go with expert mode. But, I think it's maybe just a bummer when you're at your best, not just at your best, but like one of the best in an arena, and it's not good enough, you know. Now that I'm more emotionally sound without being triggered, what they're saying is when I heard these observers through the grapevine that I deserve more than what I'm actually getting, that still stands correct in a physical realm. And again, I am very thankful for what I've received thus far, because a lot of things happen behind the scenes and under the tables and etc., this and that. But my biggest donation in the past 3 or 4 years directly has been, I don't know, like $50 or $60, a singular $50 or $60. And it turned out by someone who's just interested in me, you know, not just interested in me, but also interested in me. So I just, you know what I mean? Like I have so much more. I'm of so much more value than to be partially valued at objectivity, you know? And what, I've received maybe 2 or 3 other like $5 donations or something like that. I think a couple of them this year were like $5 donations, but I didn't accept them because I knew they were from bullshit sources. To show that like, oh, I gave them something. Because I took something, I'll have to give them at least this like this little bit to say that it's an even exchange, you know? And it's because I'm not snooty when it comes to donations, but I felt the energy and it was wrong. So I refused it when it went through the Cash App thing. I was like, I'm not going to agree to something that's not correct. So, one sincere one that I had where it didn't have anything to do with liking me was, I think $40 or $50. That was 1 or 2 years ago. So looking at those numbers, it kind of makes me sad. And it makes me a little sadder, or just as sad that I can't even get a regular job right now. Because I did just exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing right now while I was holding down a job. Like, I can multitask, I can do these things. So I don't know. I think people, maybe it's going beyond underground energy and people know me in real life. So I think maybe the universe is, if I think the universe is my very, very best friends, and they're looking out for me. They're just saving me from a daily bullshit of siphoning on group levels. I should say something else. Hold on. Because it was just verified that the last place that I worked, certain things were happening, even though like I guarded myself. I used certain realms of protection that they were still able to dip into my energy. And the reason was because they had the place gridded, and it wasn't just the office, it was the landlord. Should I say it? Hekate? Hekate, Hekate. Tell me, should I expose them too? Oh, it's a devil card. Yes. It's a big fucking yes. All right. Yeah. So this is triple threat and timber time. That particular energetic, so I worked in the building, I think of like Irvine Towers, and so that whole like that blueprint, that area is gridded with with energetics that are meant to work in their favor, so, and against the personal will of anyone that walks to inside that building. And I know this for a fact because the person that I can say her name, the person that I had interfaced with, was like, anytime that I had talked to her, she, you know, had that like, you know, Martha Stewart, like, oh, you know, so sweet, so wonderful, you know, we just want to be kind and we want to offer you guys some, you know, breakfast burritos for all the disturbance on this floor, etc. When I was wearing this around my neck, she, like, while I was talking to her, her eyes were glued onto it, like fixed onto it. When I had to protect myself even further, I was wearing a skull, you know, off to the side. And we were doing some kind of like building renovations, and she was fixed on that. Any kinds of protection that I had, she was very much like isolated on. And when she realized that she fucked up in like messing with my energy, they offered, because I remember saying something about, yeah, there's like poisonous gases coming, like very toxic gases coming through the vents, and it's hard to, I realize there's no HVAC here because it was taken out, and there's no windows to open because we're on a skyscraper, so you know, it would be hard to kind of vent out. So I didn't put in a ticket for it, but I thought I'd kind of mention that it is like, I could care less about the noise levels, but that's, you know, that's a disturbance. It's almost intoxicating, like I would have to leave the building. And that was kind of, that was pretty much ignored up until the week after, where they bought us breakfast burritos to apologize. Like, yeah, I told you about these things. People will try to smooth things over by offering you certain things, especially if they're meant for consumption, to say like, oh, we're even now. We're even now. So this person, Cindy, is a person, the landlord that I had worked with. And it's okay to say her name because I forgot. Oh, I didn't forget her last name. I don't have to say her last name, but because I got the devil card in conveying it, like I oughta. Give me a second. Let me put this. I have to charge this phone. Uh-oh. 2 things dropped here. Give me a second. Where's the other one? I don't know what just dropped. I think it was the Two of Swords or something like that. I'll find it. Okay. Anyway, let's see if I can put this back up here. Can I? There we go. Should I say it? I should say it. I didn't ask permission to say her name, but I think it was okay. Hekate, I mean, I intuitively felt like it was okay. The World card in reverse. It's unfinished. It's an unfinished cycle, so you should finish it. Oh, yeah, definitely. You have to zero in on that person. Because there's this encircling vine here. And so that that person or that company was Green Law Partners. And so they gridded or charmed, or they did something to the area which was meant to work in favor of the of certain groupings there, but against the personal will of individuals who would walk in. So that's why they were able to tap into my energy. And I know this for a fact because, like, historically speaking, what I've downloaded thus far, people like dipping into my energy. Like, that's why I had to be constantly filmed. That's why I had, like, on the hush. That's why there were private meetings. That's why if I was felt like there was an energy siphon and I had to walk a few blocks or whatever, not even a few blocks, but walk for a good 10-15 minutes to, like, take that energy off of me, that I would all of a sudden encounter certain people where I would almost bump into them. And for the most part, they were usually male energies that were quite, I don't know, younger, and kind of like they were kind of like those energetics that were prone to pissing contests. So you know, just lowly, you know, but thinks that they're big stuff, or they have something to prove to certain private communities. But anyway, it was Green Law Partners, and her name was Cindy, and they were in cahoots. They were in cahoots in fucking with my energy and siphoning. They meant ill will. So Seven of Cups in reverse on that side. And then the other side, top, yeah, I already feel it. Queen of Cups. I know it, I feel it, like I sensed it. I knew this because I was so excited about getting, like, finding earthworms and having them, like, make my plant more aerated. It wasn't doing so well after repotting, so I was excited about finding them and putting them in my indoor pot, and they died. They should have lived, though. There's no reason why they would not live. So I think they were bad energy. But there was something else that happened that told me that they did not like what I did. It had something to do with the landlords. I felt it. I received a package that I had bought, and it was an occult item. And to clear out the energy, like, I did some kind of ritual outdoors, because I didn't want to do it at my home. It's like, might as well just group the fuckery together, and I'm in an open space, so it should be fine. But as soon as I had done that, the landlord got upset at it, like they caught wind of it, and it was kind of like all bets are off. Like, that was the breaking point. Like, I don't know what this girl did, but it's not allowed on our premises. And it was an occult type of thing that they like, it broke something. I don't know what. It was correct. It was correct, whatever I was called to do. And I have other items in which I could have done that. In fact, I might do it again. Like, I don't have to walk into the building. I don't have to socialize with anyone. But being in that area, there's something about it. Should I do that with my other items? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Archangel Michael. Hekate. Should I clear the energy there? Nine of Wands. I can. I can. That would probably be the smartest thing to do. Clarify that. 13 in reverse. Transformation. That's death in reverse. So it's transformation. Yeah. Huh. That would be an agent of change, I feel like. I feel like that. Ace of Cups. Yeah. That would do it. That would do it. Whoa. That's great. I came up with a solution. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it right now. I think it's important that I just carry it out. Yeah. So I'm going to get this card over here. And I'm going to put it upright. Okay. Like, consider it done type of energy. And I'm going to kind of divide it. Where does it go now? What does it cut into? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. What's behind that? Queen of Swords in reverse. And what's before that? Six of Swords. Yeah, it's like towing the soil, because right underneath the Queen of Swords in reverse is the King of Wands in reverse. So it's like tilling the soil, planting the seeds, the 10 of Pentacles basically. Finding that calm and chill. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's not what do you call it? Not micromanaging things, but this is what I'm called to do. So why the Six of Swords upright in front of it? Ostara. 14, that's Temperance. There's something about it where they disrespected the land. They what do you call it? They did something on, like, disrespected divine soil with their intentions. Like, they did something with that. So planting those seeds. So what I would be doing in clearing out the energy, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but there are some, you know, I feel like it's, hold on, before I say anything, my divine panel, what are your thoughts on that? Like, I have some very, okay, let me just, tell me. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You grab the seeds, you hold the seeds. This is like Jack and the Beanstalk. There's like 10 beanstalks, you know what I mean? Like there's like 10 opportunities or something like that. There's, you know, like the golden ticket. These are like golden seeds. So I don't know if I want to say it. No, I hold them. Nobody can take them from me. They belong to me, you know what I mean? So they only work within my energetics. So, and they're all like successful sprouters. So, what do you want to say about this? So I hold objects. There's certain objects that I have that hold a very unruly nature to them. And that's conservatively speaking. I have obtained them because of my receptivity in being able to work with certain energetics. And because I have worked with a variety of dark nights, not just pertaining to my soul, but that of others, I'm able to, over the course of time and events, I was able to there's a certain level of fondness that they have in my workings. So there's a level of like compatibility and complementary energetics. So let's say somebody has a lot of energy bottled up inside them, and they're considered like a bad kid or whatever, so they get locked down or whatnot. Do you think that's going to calm them down? No. It's going to make them even more wild. So it's kind of like that energy where I need to release these energies. I need to clear these objects of these energies to allow them a portal in which to apply their energetics accordingly. So those energetics are going to, because they know what I do, and there's a certain agreement of a certain respect for what I do. There's something about how they're more inclined and magnetized to balance out what needs to be balanced based on, how do I say it? It's basically mischief managed, okay? So that balances things out. I feel like that. I feel like that. Okay, since I'm called to do realms of necromancy, seance type of work, etc., and Hekate is with me, and Athena, Freya, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Anubis. Am I missing anyone here? Thoth. Goddess Kali. I think, is that 8? Goddess Kali, Freya, Athena, Hekate, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Anubis, and Thoth. Okay, yeah, that's 8. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay in saying these things. Okay, so I think that's it for now, because it's already over an hour. Holy smokes, yeah, well over an hour. Almost 2 hours, or an hour and a half. Okay, so what are my 3 takeaways? So because I'm able to speak up for myself, just thinking back on these energetics and doing what I need to do to resolve certain situations of disrespect, that they are called out and they are isolated to be handled, this is the correct time for it. Because if I'm holding, onto unknowingly, even to anyone else's baggage or what others intended for me, and it subconsciously trapped itself or energetically trapped itself in me. I've got to release that. I'm due for better, and I'm going to make sense out of the resources that I have. So if I'm not getting paid monetarily, that means that I'm getting paid otherwise in other matters. It's not just magnified at the end of the spectrum. There's some other thing that's being delivered to me to equalize the exchange, because that's not an exchange that I had intended. That's not what I signed up for. Somebody just imposed that on me, and this is just captured in hindsight and verified in hindsight. And not only is it verified like from human to human, but like we're talking about Hekate being very upset at certain energies, and the devil showing up in here, like 5 of Wands in reverse. So no, there's no fight in this. Do not expect any disputes, because none will come your way, Tina. Out of what we had spoken about, definitely nothing of that sort. You should not anticipate any of that, because this shit will be taken care of. Okay. All right. Should I get a clarifier for that? Because I feel like on standby, there's also my riot crew, too. 9 of Pentacles, you see? Riot crew right there. Yeah. Standalone energy. Yeah, definitely. My riot crews, definitely there. Like front to back to front, because that's 5 to the 9. That's like 9 to 5, 5 to 9, you know. These are time travelers too. These people who know how to surpass the bindings of time. Yeah. All right. What is my second takeaway? Oh, the Hermit, the path. So just walk it, Tina. You know, just go with it. This is a different kind of, this is a symbolic forest that you're walking through right now. It doesn't have to be dark. It doesn't have to be like a freaking tunnel. But just make sure that you keep your focus, and you're just getting through it. You're just getting through it. So kind of ease up on the expectations, because not everybody's walked where you've walked. So, or where you're going to walk. So, you can put your worries aside, just eliminate them. Like those phrases of "that's all," like as if what I'm doing is a joke. You know, those are just projections of what bars they've set up in life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wish to swap my life for theirs. I don't wish to live their life. Even if they complimented me or whatnot, I wouldn't trade my life for theirs. So it's, you know what I mean? So like, why? It just relieves a lot of pressures and anxieties on that. Okay. Clarifier for that is what? 2 of Wands. No, I set that up correctly. For sure. I mean, there's Hermes, it's Mercury, it's communication and healing. You got it. You got it down pat. It's correct. All right. What is my third takeaway? Elemental of fire in reverse. So this is creativity and passions in pocket, secured. 2, 4, 6, 8. Communications will come. This is very secret, actually. You know, like the invention of the wheel or the discovery of fire. It'll just come to you, like Tina, like you finally lit. But it'll come to you and only you. Okay. So there's multiple realms of safety here, for sure. Not just with the gnomes, and like there's going to be like no argument on this, and my riot crew is standing by, but I'm also walking a path that not many, if any, have walked before and are due to walk. So don't compare yourself, because even if you did compare yourself, as is in the now, people who graduated with university degrees or even doctorates, I have no desire to trade my life for theirs, my life experiences for theirs. So, you know, when you look at that, why would you allow their judgments to dictate how you feel about what you're doing in life? Okay. Third takeaway is that other realm of safety is these things are going to be communicated to you and only you, Tina. So the clarifier for that is Four of Cups. Now this Four of Cups is quite different. We've talked about this before. This is tapping into the well, and it's kind of just like the celebration of the depths that you can go, because there's a huge reserve there for you. That fourth cup is shining upon, you know, the person as like the holy grail, and that can tap into resourcing the well, which is kind of celebratory. Like, you own that well, like the well is on your land, so it's something that is kind of a channel for you. It's Three of Cups is a celebrating energy. It's a shared energy, and that you can tap into at any time. So this Four of Cups is very, very, very different from the rest. It's kind of like choosing yourself, but also knowing like the higher level view of the Four of Cups, because it's not really about yay or nay on this or that. It's looking at the resources that were provided, and you can tap in or tap out however you want to, Tina, like however many times needed. But this is a welcoming, an invitation to making that choice as needed. So when we're looking at the elemental of fire, that's the upgrade to the fire element. It even upgrades the ace in any energetic. So I would say that this is more advantageous, because it's kind of like trick up your sleeve type of energy. It's something that's an enhancer, that is kind of just like gifted, singularly speaking, and however I choose to apply it. Yeah, that's definitely saying it with the Four of Cups dropping down there. Yeah, so there is a realm of safety in that. Like, even in the old-fashioned Four of Cups version, in every other deck, it's like feeling jaded. It's like, I don't want to play with you. Just not interested. But this is a new life. It's making different choices in your life that fit you and your role and what you need to get done. So there's that's like a permission slip in doing things in how you see fit, because this multiple choice question, this is kind of the multiple choice question revised and revived. So it's, the things are very obvious in you, Tina, and how to go. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's the obvious. Okay, that's the actually that's the bottom of the deck, secret sauce, and the top of the deck. You're feeling it. It's not just coming through the undercurrents, it's coming like in the environment. So, but it's like pouring. That's so good. That's so good. All right, that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in light and love, of light and love that reciprocate only equally. Thanks so much. And now that this reading is officially over, I call back my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength from those who generate, call upon, cast, bring, or any variation thereof, ill will, intent, and or entities to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit. And Archangel Michael's blue flame for cleansings, for blessings, for refortification in me and only me, hassle-free, no doubt. No attachments except for bonus points included. Thanks so much. Oh, hey, these nails survived me. Holy smokes. I put on these nails about like, I don't know, over a week ago, and I painted them and clipped them down. They survived. I figured out how to get a proper length, like the largest length or longest length, and make it work. So, this is probably the longest that I'll go because it makes things so much more difficult. Anything raised more than that, but yay! And these, gosh, I found an economical way of figuring things out, so I can't, like, yeah, I'm good. I found a way to do it. Live both worlds! And not be, a prima donna? I don't know how you call it. But anyway, I figured it out. Yeah, that's it for now. Oh, where's the thingy? Okay. Now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading. Now, and I forgot to tell you. Oh, man. What the word? Okay. Thank you to my new 10 to 20,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Oh, frick, hold on. Ah! Okay. Here we go. Yeah, yay! I saw my head count jump a bit, and that's great. Hip hip hooray. Now, for that bonus, yay, I'll get 2 cards. Okay, what do you want to tell me? From Archangel Michael, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? 2 of Wands in reverse. Still some TBDs for sure. That's okay. That's good. Surprises. Surprise me. Hekate, what's your input for my new 20,000 subscribers? 5 of Pentacles. What? That's a resourcefulness card. I mean, it's I don't know if I would call it lack mentality, because it's usually that. It's just like you do with what you've got, okay? So I'm making sense out of what I've got, because I know that I have so many more viewers than the additional 2 or 3 subscribers that I have, or even, what, 300 subscribers in total? 300 something? With the value that I offer, the quality of my work, etc. Even amongst the gaslighting of other social media, like content creators saying like, your success has nothing to do with the quality of your work. Come on. They're automatically like, take a hike, you're out of here. You know, I don't need that in my energetic zone. Like, I don't care if you're trying to clickbait or trying to get people to tap onto your topics. No. So, anyway, 5 of Pentacles for me. Like, I know, for real, based on what I experience in real life, that I have a lot more followers. And what makes sense to me is that, based on the ratio, it's equivalent to what I understand each head count to be at least 10,000 other followers. So you do with what you got, you make sense out of what you got. There's still some things that are to be determined. There's absolutely no way that with what I've put out there, that in the past, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, that I have only 3 more followers, that I have as many views that I have. It does not make sense at all. So I refuse to digest that material and make sense out of what I'm experiencing that I know is for real. So, Hekate, insane, 5 of Pentacles. Things are not always what they seem. you know, through the window. I feel like there's one more in there. Hekate. The Tower moment. So, there's a huge decision, kind of explosive. Yeah, things are not always what they seem. So, as, you know, a sorceress or queen of all witches, queen of all queen witches, she should know, you know, like the realm of illusions. So things are not always what they seem, because what's hidden over here is really like what may seem like measly, like chopped liver, you know, scrawny pickings is really explosive. More than like volcanic explosive. This is kind of like the power of extraterrestrial, you know, power. Out of this world. So that's what we're talking about here. Okay, thank you very much. That's it for now. Okay, see you again later. Bye.